What's going on YouTube? It's Alvin the Director. I'm back again with another video. For those who are new to the channel, I'm a lieutenant out here in Fort Wainwright, Alaska. I'm standing out here in front of these like graffiti rocks. I thought it would be pretty cool. It's kind of offside the highway, so if it's hard to hear me, I apologize in advance. I decided to take the day to come out here and do a video for you all. A couple questions that I always get, on Instagram or in the comments about how to best set yourself apart at OCS. So I wanted to go ahead and dive on into that. I did a couple videos similar to this, and I just wanted to go over it again because I really think it's very important for folks to know what they're getting into at OCS and what they can do to help set them apart. So I talk about it all the time, and the number one thing, in my opinion, that you need to focus on as a young officer and going into officer candidate school is PT. All right, now this is near and dear to my heart because I just feel like as an officer, you should be able to set the tone, and whenever you get to your unit, your soldiers should know for a fact that you are good at PT and that you're not going to be struggling while they're doing all the work at PT. I mean, just to me, that I just feel like that sets you apart a lot. That means like running, being able to lift weights, because we're transitioning from the APFT to the ACFT. So it's going to be a lot more, I would say, CrossFit oriented, because you have to be able to like deadlift, you have to have a strong core. The sprint drag carry is also an endurance event and also tests the strain on your legs. So being able to PT and being in good shape is definitely something that's important, that's going to set you apart at OCS. The next thing I would say is the classroom activity. So there's a lot of classroom instruction that you'll have, and for me, I know some things about myself when it comes to the academic side of things, and it takes me a little bit longer to study for exams and tests and things of that nature. So I can't really say what's going to be on the exams because they could be different now than when I was at OCS. However, just taking the time each night to spend 15 to 20 minutes or however long it takes for you to study, set that time aside to go over your notes and review everything to make sure that you're prepared for the next exam, because performing well in those exams are crucial to how you score on the OML and you determining what branch you're going to get. All right, the next thing I would say is don't be a dick. All right, so peer reviews are very, very, very important, and I mentioned that also in another video. And what I mean by that is you don't have to kiss ass, but at the same time, you need to be personable enough to where if someone asks you a question, you'll be able to answer them. You can give them a direct response and be able to help them out the best that you can, because you never know how they can benefit or how they can help you out later on down the line. I'll use this as an example. There was a guy, he was in my platoon, and I'm not going to say that he didn't have the best leadership abilities, and maybe like early on in the cycle there were just things that he just wasn't as confident in. I really don't know, but at the very end when we did our history test, that's when he really like stepped up and he shined, and he was willing to help out anyone that needed help with the history test. And I kid you not, he literally helped at least 20 to 30 people pass, just because like he would have these group study sessions, and like he would break it down so easily to the point where you could anyone could understand it. So just being nice to that person and things like that, he was able to help me out down the line. So that could be the same thing for you. Like there could be someone that you could help out early on who could end up helping you later on in the cycle. That's just how the world works. So peer reviews are also important, and if you decide to be an ass, that person may or may not choose to help you later on, so you could end up hurting yourself. The last thing that I want to talk about as far as preparing yourself for OCS and what can set you apart is reading your FMs. So they're gonna give you a lot of FMs, which are field manuals, and you can choose to read them or you can choose not to read them, but the field manuals are designed to tell you how the Army is supposed to work and how the Army operates, and it won't only help you out at OCS, but it'll also help you in your Army career. So there's a lot of things in those field manuals that soldiers go to later on in their careers, because it gives you such good guidance on how things should be working and how things are supposed to be ran and how you're supposed to do your job. I mean, they're just a foundation for how, basically everything works. So whenever you get field manuals, especially once you actually get your branch, look into them. Like FM 3-0, FM 6-0, there's others that I can easily spit out that I always refer to. Like even like today, like I looked at some earlier today just because I needed some help with work. And those field manuals are there to help you, and they're tools. So use your tools to your advantage. If you have any questions more specifically about what you want me to go over about OCS or about this video or anything, leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You can also shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'm Alvin the Director, and I'm out.